I was a full-time overthinker. I would normally talk to myself and reflect everything that kind of stuck into my head. So I was 16 and my mom just asked me if I really want to think over about it. I said yes immediately. Those time that I spent as an idol, I think have taught me so many lessons that I still use it till nowadays. Нормально, чуть-чуть говорю по-русски. Давай, Junei, давай. มีความสินเสมอ in a good way cause bad way I don't think I can reach him sorry James but you're too dark sometimes depression is something that I wasn't chose to be I don't think anybody did I'm trying my best to be a better version of myself as well don't be too hard and just live your life man
This is Comedy Featuring. My name is Vic and welcome to the show. Our guest today is an ex-idol, a former member of one of the best-known idol group of the world, and now a talented actress who's making a comeback with the movie called Love Stuck, รักวนลูป Actually, it's a first Thai Amazon Prime original. Let's go say hi to Junei สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Hello hi
Thank you so much for coming and join us at Comedy tonight.
Thank you so much for having me here. Well, actually, I'm a fan of your show for a big while now.
Wow. What a coincidence because I'm also a fan of yours.
For real?
For real, yes. Wow.
Thank
So
you.
this is good that we get to meet because we have, of course, watched several interviews of yours, but all of them are in Thai. But not that often that we get to see you speak English because we have come across one clip of yours live streaming talking to your fans in English. But that's not a whole lot. Yeah. It was a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
A long time ago.
I don't really get to speak English that much.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you how do you practice your English then? Because from what I'm hearing right now, it's still great.
Well, as I told you before we start this show, I actually really want to keep English in my life. And I always try to, watch some movies. Music really helps. And also podcasts. Really helps me with that. Well, just by listening every single day. But I think they're slightly different,
Yep.
If you got to use it, it would be much better to help you with the pronunciation and how you really, put everything that you have learned into real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It sounds to me that you are a kind of person who also talks to herself in English sometimes. I'm just guessing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think I can tell because we don't get to talk to like people or to use English in like several contexts. Of course, we just only have ourselves to talk to.
Right.
And I think that's what you do too.
I did. I always did.
Yeah.
I think it helps a lot. Well, for me, I would say I was a full-time overthinker. But right now, maybe a part-time overthinker already.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think to come across the overthinking thing, I would normally talk to myself and reflect everything that kind of stuck into my head.
Right. Right. Because otherwise it would just go in the circle, like looping in your head. Looping. Wow,
Exactly.
that's an interesting word. Without like any like healthy release. But at least if you talk to yourself or talk it out loud, it'll have like some sort of output. Good.
I was trying to be like, A and B.
Really? Like creating a dialogue between
like
A
an
and B?
angel side and a devil side sometimes.
Yeah, and then they're fighting or they're getting along?
Both.
Okay. Wow, nice. Okay, all right. So, but not just Thai and English that you speak. You also speak Russian. From your almost a year back in 2016 when you went to Russia for like the exchange program, right?
Right, AFS.
Yeah. Do you still keep your Russian? Still have it?
I would say no. I can still remember some
Basic
phrases, but I don't watch any Russian movies or any you
yeah.
know.
That's the
Right.
thing.
But I can нормально чуть-чуть говорю по-русски.
Ooh, well, that sounds
จริงๆหนูพูด
impressive.
มั่ว
I
ค่ะ
don't even.
เพราะไม่มีใครเข้าใจเลยอันนี้
I was gonna say I don't even know what you're talking about, but it's very impressive.
No, I
Sounds
just
like.
say I can still speak a little.
Wow.
A little.
Nice. Okay. If only Billie Eilish do more songs in Russian, that way you can practice your Russian too.
Right.
Because you're such a big fan of hers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I guess you learn a lot of English from her songs too. Good. All right. And how about podcasts? What kind of podcasts are you listening to?
I love Jay Shetty, Mel Robbins,
Okay.
and The Diary of CEO.
Ooh, okay. That one I know.
Big one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that you might know.
Very famous, right? Wow. Okay.
So basically about life, growth. I just love those kind of contents that you
Yeah.
talk about your growth in how to overcome your stress and live a happy life.
Yeah.
And basically, the show from Jay Shetty is called On Purpose, which is really helps me get through those hard times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so nice. Okay. All right. Can we go back a little bit from today back to the year 2018? And we all know that's
Right.
the year that you joined BNK48. Okay. What made you decide to do it? Like, do you still remember the kind of thoughts that's going through your head at the time that told you to go do it?
It was kind of funny. I mean, to look back at that time. Basically, I talked to my friend, my close friend back then, and it was a time where we already get into the uni, and we were just have so much free time then. So basically, we kind of have a bed.
Really?
Well, if we can really get into, through auditioning and be one of a member, I would say. So me and my close friend, my girlfriend, she helped me with the document, and we got into the audition. But in the second round, she didn't make it, so it was just me. And I asked her, well, should I go to the final? And then I make it to the final. And I remember that time my mom came because you need a sign from your parents,
Yeah.
right? So I was 16 and my mom just asked me if I really want to think over about it. I said yes immediately
Wow.
because I was young, I guess.
Okay.
I was young and I love dancing, I love singing, I love performing. And to get into BNK is actually the space where I can really do all of that. So I didn't think that much. I just roughly, make a decision and try it.
Yeah. So it's the opportunity, not like a big dream that you had, but when the opportunity presents itself in front of you, just grab it and no hesitation because you made it into like the final round. So of course you kind of wanted to see if this would lead you somewhere, right?
Right.
And 2 years that you spent with all the members, with all the performance and everything. What do you think life as an idol teach you the most?
This is a big one, actually. I think those time that I spent as an idol, I think have taught me so many lessons that I still use it till nowadays. Like, for example, I would say how I can get really easily ignoring those negative energy that, disrupting me in life.
Comments and stuff like that.
Exactly. Those people, those energy, comments, hate speech, that I know I don't deserve it. I think being in BNK48 as a member, it has helped me with, knowing my own values and know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When you ask me about this question, it makes me think of so many things. Actually, we had a lot of good time and bad times. That's life, right? But I would say at that time, 16, it's a perfect time for me to be in that community where I learn how the entertainment industry really is, and it helps me with the forming fundamental of my own self in the career world. Yeah.
Because 16 is very young in a way, but it's a perfect timing, like you said, that you get a chance to do all this. It helps you grow a lot thicker skin, I might say.
Right.
Yeah, because you know how to deal with the world in a very grown-up way. And it gives you so many opportunities to test yourself, like see what you're good at and what you want to do more in life. And you have found it, which is acting, because you got into this series 365 วันบ้านฉันบ้านเธอ and of course you're gonna be in this next film, which is the first Thai Amazon Prime original, and it will not only be viewed by Thai people but from the audience in over 200 countries around the world. And how excited are you knowing that?
I'm speechless, by the way. I'm speechless. I actually, at first, when this opportunity of playing this movie came up, I was really pretty picky.
Okay.
Actually, pretty picky on what I should take as a role because of the storyline. It's actually about the time looping thing. So the boy and the girl who's stuck in the same time loop, which is everything happens the same on the same date. So yeah, when I heard of that story, it's just so new to me. I haven't watched any time looping movie before in my life, especially Thai. Have you watched any?
No, not that I can think
Have
of.
we done it before? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the plot has been around for quite some times, but maybe
Right.
not as prevalent in like Thai media or Thai films or series.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
that kind of intrigues you.
Right,
And,
intrigues me.
Yeah. You wanted to play the role. So James and you playing
Yeah,
these
well,
characters.
Especially James.
Yeah.
Because of James, he's the reason why I took this role as well.
Really? How so? It's like he convinced you, or just because you know that he would play the other leading role that makes you kind of want to do it?
I think both. I mean, this is the first time we work together.
But you knew each other before.
Yep.
Okay.
I knew him before. I would say he's kind of different in in the shooting set and in real life.
Yeah.
If you know James, he's a fun guy, right? But when it comes to shooting, he's pretty serious. And I love that part of him. He take it all in. And for me, I'm pretty into my role as well. So to be working together is something that it could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the work ethics is on the same page. So that would make it easier and more interesting to work together. Yeah.
มี
Wow.
ความศีลเสมอ
สินเสมอ
ศีลเสมอ
Yeah.
But
In a very good, best way
in
possible.
a good way, because bad way, I don't think I can reach him. Sorry, James, but you're too dark sometimes. Just kidding. Yeah, he's my brother. Anyway, we had so much fun, and also Baipo. Baipo play as PJ and sisters. So it's like we're not on the same age. We're different, but I think the role and the story, especially me and James, we had so much fun doing so many stuffs around Bangkok, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
I really wish you can watch this movie.
Yeah, of course. I definitely will watch this movie. So is it like more dramatic or more rom-com, or what's the general vibe of this movie?
I think basically it's a mixing between romance, fantasy, and also heartwarming. Because we also have some issues about family as well.
I see.
Yeah, I really wish it would, be interesting for family wives.
Yeah. What would you say is the most challenging part in playing this role and being in this film for you?
I think the whole production.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. I mean, so as I said, we have done so many activities, which is pretty insane. I did some Thai boxing, which is not me at all.
Okay.
And we did some sing yok lo tuk tuk, which is insane.
So all this for the role? Okay.
In the middle of Bangkok, which is insane.
Yeah.
And there's more things that are more insane that I really wish you have,
So we have
take a
to
look
go
at
see
it.
because maybe
You have
we
to
don't
go
want to
see.
spoil too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is challenging for me as an actress, but also the whole team, because like Yok La Tuk Tuk, it's the camera and the crews, we have to bring all the gong and in the middle of Bangkok and trying to shoot that scene. I think I kind of like mixing between Thai and English.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, that's
so-
fine. Yeah, that's how
I'm
we
not
roll too.
function. No,
Yeah.
no. This always happens. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, it's all about the production. I think they have done a really good job on
Yeah.
coping with the situation around
So
there.
Yok Lo Tuk Tuk, it sounds like the action scene. Did you do your own stunt too? Like
I did. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Wow. Wow.
I did.
Now I can't wait to see
But it's
that.
it's not that very action sexy thing. You
Oh,
know?
okay.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that risky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about the time loop, right? So if you have that happening to you in real life, right? You get stuck in a time loop, like for a day, which means from midnight to midnight, the exact same thing happened to you. What kind of time loop that maybe you wouldn't mind getting stuck in? Like if you can design one day that you have to repeat for as long as it takes, what would that look
Wow.
like?
Oh, this is such a dreams come true. I mean, it can really happen.
So you see it as a good thing,
From the
possibly.
first thing in the morning till the end of the day, I think it will be a normal, simple day where I spend time with my family, the whole family. Yep, my grandpa as well, and my dogs.
Oh, okay.
We have some lunch together because I don't have breakfast
Oh,
normally.
okay. So the morning part, spending time like
It's
chit-chatting, hanging out
yeah,
with families,
maybe.
and
Yep.
then having lunch together. Okay. And then
Maybe.
what?
Oh, okay. If I can really fantasizing it,
Yeah.
because I see this poster, French Dispatch.
Okay.
I love this film. I would say this will happen in the South, Italy.
Oh, okay. So you pick your own location
Yep.
too.
Can I?
This is not sure. This is
Okay.
not Bangkok. It's southern Italy.
Yep.
Okay.
Southern Italy.
Yeah. So family time, lunch. What happens in the afternoon?
maybe we go some picnic and riding horses. Is there a horse? Yeah, I hope so. And we drink some wine in the afternoon. You know, would be a really sexy mood. And P.S. I would say, hopefully that day would be a day where everyone's are in good health conditions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a FYI for me. I think if I can really choose one thing that would stuck with me would be good health. You know, any day with good health.
Wow.
Because you imagine yourself if you have that one looping day and you endure.
I know. Yeah.
It will be so stuck. Gotta stuck on the bed and do nothing.
Yeah. Clean and healthy, please. Yeah.
No acne.
No acne.
No acne. Cause it will stay on the same spot every day and it will really annoy.
Yeah, you want your best self, best condition.
Best condition.
Yeah, to stuck in the
physically,
loop
mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
That's good. Good answer because I imagine you listing all the activities that you want to do, but no, actually it's very simple and it's with your loved ones and everything's chilled, but you stress on everybody's having a great health. That's such a great answer. I like it. Good job designing the loop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can it come true for just one day?
We can only wish, but I think we could make that as close to this fantasy as possible.
Right. Yeah. I really want to make it happen now. I mean, I will check on the flight to Italy later on.
Have you been to Italy before?
I've been to Italy, but I shouldn't say I've been there because it's so short.
Like a short visit?
Like one day was it in Rome?
Was it for work
or Milan? No, it was with my family, but we did some Europe touring.
I see.
Like road trip. And then Italy was somewhere we just, passed through. So like a half of a day that we visit and then we go somewhere else.
So yeah, I'm sure you can go and visit and have a great time with your family in southern Italy one day. Okay, so just to practice more on your designing the loop, let's play some game.
Okay.
This game, of course, is called In the Loop, วนไป. So let's take a look at Junei Pichaya in the loops of these controlled situation where I would give you some flexibility to choose something, not the whole thing, all right? So for example, you have to eat only blank every single meal for 30 days.
Salmon.
So you think, what?
Salmon.
Salmon?
Salmon.
Like any kind of salmon at all?
Any kind of salmon. Oh, no.
Wow.
Not smoked salmon.
Oh, not smoked.
But everything else will do.
And everything else, okay. Okay. All right, so this is not much of a challenge for you.
Yeah, it's so easy, man. Who think of this game?
Okay. All right, so let's go to the number 2. Watch the movie blank non-stop with my sister for 3 days.
For 3 days, non-stop.
You are allowed with the bathroom breaks, of course, but once you're done, you have to come back and watch more and more.
Oh, I thought you mean now. I mean, I thought you can.
No,
you mean
I mean
can go
in
to
this
my
fantasy
bathroom.
scenario.
Okay, sorry.
Do you need the bathroom break right now?
I was thinking about it. Sorry. Okay, I can do it. Movie. Okay, The Grand Budapest.
3 days straight, non-stop.
Right.
You can do it with Grand Budapest?
Because I think they have so many details in the movie. Even I watched like two times already. I think there's still some details that I haven't really reached to it.
Very smart answer. Because again, I would imagine someone might pick something that is fun for them, but you instead pick something that you still can come back to and find something new each time you view it.
But wait, I forgot. I have to watch with my sister.
Oh, yes. That's the condition.
I don't think she's gonna into
Why?
that movie.
So your test of movies between you and your sisters are that different?
Really different, I
Yeah.
guess. She likes to watch like a very romantic. If she's watching this, she'll be like,
Yeah, definitely see the attitude of your sister
sorry.
here.
She just graduated from the med school. So she's like a psychiatrist somehow.
Yeah.
With the taste of, watching some kind of Chinese series.
Okay.
Very romantic.
I see.
And she got her boyfriend, so she can really romanticizing it. But yeah.
Oh, but
It's
did you
me
say
being jealous. Sorry, guys.
she's a psychiatrist? But so I think
Yeah.
she wouldn't mind like watching
sure.
all these movies and analyze the character with you. Do you do that when you watch movies?
You're so smart.
Would she? I think
No,
she
but we
wouldn't.
like it. It actually turns into a hobby somehow. Analyzing people that we met in a doctor way.
ฟังดูเหมือนการนินทาดีๆนี่เองนะครับ
Scientifically,
Oh yeah.
it's really beneficial.
Yeah. So it's like gossiping, but with some sort of like gossip with science. I like that.
I mean, actually, we're not really gossiping without
Really?
any purpose, right? It depends on your purpose. I
True.
mean, gossiping is not a bad thing.
No.
It's somehow like, for me, I would take gossiping as something that maybe we trying to understand that people,
Yeah.
right? It's me. Oftenly I speak with my sister sometimes because I don't understand my mom. I don't understand my younger sister.
Yeah.
So
Let's analyze her. Let's analyze
Yep,
mom.
yep. That's
so
what
we
we
can
did.
understand her better. Yeah. Actually, I think gossiping is such a social thing. Like it's a social tool for you to keep like people in the loop and connect people. Yeah.
Right.
Because if we wouldn't care about each other, wouldn't
Right.
talk behind anybody's back, so what kind of society would we be living in, right?
Right.
Yeah, we need gossiping.
Because we แบบเป็นสัตว์สังคม
จริงครับ
How do you say สัตว์สังคม
Like social beings.
Okay, social beings. Why can't I think of that?
ฟังดูดีขึ้นเยอะเลยเนาะห่างไกลจากความนินทาออกมาเยอะเลย
ใช่
Yeah.
ใช่ค่ะ
โอ้ได้ word of the day ผมพี่ชอบ gossip with science มาก ครับ ดูดีมาก Okay.
Gossip with science. But actually, it's gossiping with purpose, I think, with a
Yeah.
good purpose. With science.
Okay, all right. So let's do number 3. Drive around in Bangkok for 5 days straight. In blank, you pick your vehicle, the car.
Vehicle.
Okay?
Okay.
With blank, you pick your passenger. While listening to the song blank nonstop. So you gotta pick 3.
Okay,
Okay.
I got it.
Do you drive?
I drive.
Okay.
I drive. I love driving.
Yeah.
It's my second home. But for this one, I would go for, I would take a magic carpet as my vehicle. Can I?
Okay. All right.
But
because
with-
we're fantasizing, right?
Right, but
Yeah.
with air conditioning right behind me.
Okay.
Because I forgot an umbrella. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's a raining season and you wouldn't want to ride on the magic carpet when it's raining, like thunderstorm and everything.
Right. Should I change my answer? No, but I just want to try.
Okay.
If we can really
Yeah.
fantasizing it.
Magic carpet ride with like invisible shield that would
Right.
protect you from rain. Okay.
Visible shield.
All right.
Okay.
So that's your vehicle with whom
With-
that you want to ride in the car
With
with.
my kids, my 2 dogs.
Okay. You don't want to talk to anybody, just your dog. I'd rather have my dogs.
Have you watched this, like a meme for introvert?
Yeah.
Because I'm like mainly I'm introvert, but I
Okay.
can be extrovert sometimes, right? There's a meme of people that are introvert that what if introverts say the real thing that they feel?
Yeah.
And you just said it. You just said like you don't want to talk to people.
No, I'd rather have my dogs.
Yum.
Okay, yeah. I feel you. I get you.
No, it's not actually a guy. I love people, but most of the time, I think because of my work, I have to meet lots of people. So Sometimes we just need some relaxing and alone time
away from the people.
away from chaos. It's not people,
But
it's
this is only,
chaos.
I see. But this is only 5 days. I think it's okay to ride in on the magic carpet with your dogs. I think it's cool. Okay, while listening to what song?
While listening to,
Like 5 days straight.
I'm trying to get into the mood of riding the carpet.
Yeah.
I would go for like a easy listening, I would say.
Not a dancey song for 5 days. Or rock and roll for 5 days.
Rock and roll for 5 days on a magic carpet.
It sounds pretty nice. Yeah. Are you into that?
Yeah, I can go with that. I mean, with my dogs and people are watching me like,
Okay. Okay, so you're putting on the show for like the whole people on the Bangkok street to see too. Okay.
I haven't think about that, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a good show for people, and you can even charge them like sell tickets.
Sell tickets. That is, I haven't thought that it would turn into this way.
Yeah, okay, this
That's
is
nice.
getting too real. Okay, all right, so let's do number 4. Now you have to sing karaoke non-stop for 24 hours with the international superstar blank.
You know the answer.
Yeah.
You know
So
the
it's
answer.
Billie Eilish. That's the
Billie
only one,
Eilish.
right? For you? Okay. So why do you like her so much?
I cannot really put it into a word. I mean, the feeling I have for her is so special for me. She's like my best friend in another universe, I would say.
Wow.
Yep. We have something in common. Not everything that I can relate to her at first, but then she expressed all of herself, her style, her intention to live in this world. And as a human being, it's so beautiful and it's so real. It's so authentic. It's really helps me heal in some ways, which is so weird, but I don't know, man. She's not really talk about beautiful and, not only in a nice way, but also some bad times. She brought that up into her song as well. So I think that's why I really think it's so real and it has really touched me and helps me get through hard time as well. Yeah.
Yeah, of course we would love to like be with or near people who can heal us.
Right.
Because it's not that easy to heal like in here, right?
Right.
And if she has like the magical power to do so, of course I can see why you love her so much. All right, last one. Dance to the song blank non-stop live on your own channel for 3 hours.
On channel for 3
Because
hours.
you've been an idol before, you was an idol at one point. I can imagine you like
Right.
rehearsing for hours. So dancing for 3 hours is like nothing, right?
With the high tone. Sorry. I know the answer to this question.
What is it?
Fly me to the moon.
Oh, okay, all right. So you would pick something
Right.
that doesn't have a routine to it, like because like all the songs from BNK, of
Right.
course, it has a routine.
You said
that
it's your favorite song,
Oh
right?
yeah, but this is like you can dance whichever way you like. It's freestyle. right?
Improvising.
Improvising.
Definitely. And it doesn't really requires a lot of energy for this song.
So you can just like chill.
Yeah.
เลื้อยไป3 วัน โอ้ไม่ใช่3 วัน 3 ชั่วโมง โอ้3 ชั่วโมงหมูขนมสบายมาก
Yeah. It's like you're working in the cafe and you listen to the song.
Yeah, that's true. This is way too easy for you.
Yeah, who thinks of the question, man? He's
All right.
looking at me.
But you did it.
Sorry.
You did a great job. All right. So I want to ask you if you can give a piece of advice to your own character in this movie, what would you say to her? Like just to help her get out of this loop, or for like advice for anything else at all?
I would say to try to get out of her comfort zone.
Ah,
I think she's pretty like a routine person. She stick with her own routine, which is not really flexible and boring. In this movie, well, the guy James, he tried to ask her out to go do something fun. I think if I can give some advice would be to be more,
open to life?
yeah, maybe open to life and be optimistic somehow. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she keep everything with herself and never release with anything that would actually can help her heal some part of her.
I
Right.
see.
So maybe open up. Yeah. Go do things that you wish you should do and you will, if you didn't do it in that time, you will regret it after.
Good advice. I think that applies to a lot of people who are watching right now too, because
Yeah.
sometimes we are being too cautious with life because we don't want to get hurt, because
Right.
we are not sure if we can do it or what for whatever reasons. But who knows, right? It might work out for the best if you just go out and try and just go live a little and
Yeah.
don't be too afraid.
I mean, I think everybody has this idea of, go live your life, YOLO. But in real life, I think lots of adults are saying or maybe thinking, well, I'm working for future.
Ah.
It would be a second priority for her or for them to go out and have fun because the first priority is for work, right? I mean, especially on my age until 30, 40, that we are still prioritizing working. I think that's hard, but I also met some people who did pretty well on balancing between work life and free their own life and anything you want.
Yeah.
They have, kind of strictly planned every single year that they will go for a 1 month trip or a 2 week trip twice a year, at least, to have some time off, time for themselves, which I think personally and I think scientifically what really helps with everything in your life. I mean, if you want your work to be more productive, but if you're feeling against it inside, or you're not only your emotional or mental, but your physical, it really can lie. If you're feeling exhausted and not really in the good condition, you really have to follow your intuition, your body. It tells everything, but we deny it. The human being is so complicated.
I know.
I mean, we
but that would be so. It could be sustainable for you to live your life to the fullest, whether it for work and also for like personal reasons for living. Also, so having said that, I'm pretty sure work is also one of your like priority too. But what else in your life that you do just to make sure that you have time for yourself too, besides work?
Well, if you talk to my manager, you will know.
Yeah.
I'm not really a working person.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. I love working. I love what I do.
But that's not number one in your life, like the majority.
It's not number one in my life. I think because I've been through some hard time. Like last year, I've been into some phrase. I've been into some phase where I had depression and panic attack as well, and it was so insane for me that it had helped me and helped me learn that I should prioritize my health mentally and well later on physically all connected, as I say, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's all connected in some way. So
And how did you get out of that period of time, that phase?
I did go for some therapy and take a meds as well. Well, for now, I'm happy. I'm okay with myself. But back then, I think depression is something that I wasn't chose to be. I don't think anybody did. I mean, it's something that just happened to you, and you cannot really deny it. If you deny it, the
It'll
worse
only
it
get
will
worse.
get. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think because of my sister, I have my sister. So fortunately, she helped me with the meeting the doctor and and trying to be someone that I can talk to openly. Because she's my sister and she also a doctor. That's
Yeah.
so
That's
so
the
nice.
best situation.
That's the best thing that I
Yeah.
had. And I think still now, people who have depression before, for me, I would say it's not really over. I can't say this is the end. I'm not sure. It can happen anytime soon. So I'm still working on myself every single day and trying to be present as possible. I think that's the most important thing, but the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
So I think for each person, it's different. You have to, maybe it's a very detailed thing.
Yeah.
But I wish I can really help people who are in those condition of depression and some anxiety stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just you speaking about this openly already helping a lot of people who are watching right now because I think we're pretty fortunate that we get to live in this day and age where this kind of thing is not a stigma anymore, right? We can talk about it, we can seek help, especially professional help. And I think that's a healthy thing that you can do to yourself, do for yourself too.
Right.
Yeah. And we're so happy that you're happy right now.
Right,
And
thank you.
actually we like you said, we are aware that maybe this could happen again, but at least I know how to cope with it better.
Right. It's like the thing that we've been through it, that we feel that it's so big, will become smaller, and then we'll get the new big thing.
Of
right?
course, yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, life is so challenging. It's moving. We got to keep moving, but it's okay to take a break sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't be too hard to yourself, and I mean, just. I was gonna say some bad word, but sorry. Just try to think about yourself first sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we potentially think about people who surrounds us, our family, our loved ones, but work as well. But yourself, why it's always the last thing you think of? Your health, why? I mean, if you're not taking care of yourself, so who gonna do it?
Yeah, who will? Yeah.
Well, I think this is something that I always tell my loved ones, but we cannot really force them to do. Our human being is so complicated. We get, we know what we should do, but we
Yeah.
We
Also
don't do it
find many
sometimes.
reasons not to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
All
many
right.
excuses for ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, just live your life, guys. Just live your life as you wish, and you will know the consequences.
Yes.
And that will, at least you leave it, I think the most important thing is you just go out and do and be who you are and whatever you want. Just that. And you will get it. Like, you will get the next step where I should go and what I should do. Who am I? But if you're sitting here and do nothing and think over and over, like this will happen, or I will be this, I will do that, there's nothing happen, man. I mean, just live your life.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I'm not good. No, I'm not going to say I'm not good enough, but I'm trying my best to be a better version of myself as well. And just rooting for everybody that are watching this. Don't be too hard and just live your life, man.
Wow. The best message ever. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I really enjoy our talk today, and I wish we can talk more. I wish next time you do your next movie or like take on your next role, you can come back to comedy and talk about it more.
Oh, thank you so much.
And whatever you do, I think you can do it, and we'll be following your work and have fun with all whatever that you're doing for us, the audience.
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
Okay, so before we say goodbye today, one question, of course, that I get to ask everybody, all of my guests. Our show, comedy. So I want to know, what is your comedy in other languages that you speak? So Thai, English, or maybe Russian a little?
So one for each. Thai would be. I love the word with คำว่าใจอะค่ะ like เข้าใจ
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 Wow.
It's like when you take it with your heart, you know. But in English, it's understand. But in Thai, it's เข้าใจ. It's
So
like
it's like going into your heart, like
right.
Ah.
Maybe I'm so like a very hard person, very sensitive girl. So it's relate to me somehow with the
Yeah.
word ใจ.
Yeah.
And English, I love the word appreciate.
Appreciate. Wow.
Because
Yeah.
I can't think of any word in Thai that you
like
know
the
with the
direct
same
translation, exact.
with the same meaning.
Yeah.
Like how
Okay.
can you say it?
Appreciate เหรอ well, basically it means you feel like thankful, right? ก็
Right.
ขอบคุณรู้สึก appreciate คือคำว่าอะไรนะ yeah
Appreciate.
yeah you รู้สึกขอบคุณ
Yeah.
รู้สึกขอบคุณ
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a very nice and positive word. Whether you receive it or you the one who say it.
yeah
Yeah. And Russian.
yes
I'm not really up to date, you know. It's a 2016 version of
Yeah.
Russian.
So what kind of slang or like term
Okay.
that people like to say a lot those days?
I didn't have so much friends. Back then, I got like 3.
And they teach you anything?
They taught me, well,
Not just bad words, I hope.
no.
Because
no,
that's what friends do, right? Teach each other like bad words. Like, oh, say this.
No, they are good. They're
Okay.
good. I love, personally, I love the word divide.
Come again. The vibe.
Sorry. Divide.
Divide.
Yeah.
Is that Russian?
Russian.
Okay.
Divide.
Divide.
แต่อันนี้เป็นแบบ it's like very for friends. But family would say divide here, пожалуйста.
I cannot say that.
You can
sounds
say
very-
it. Divide
sounds-
here, divide here.
Divide.
Divide here.
Divide here.
ใช่
Divide here.
ใช่ but the vibe is เหมือนเป็นผู้สนิทกันค่ะ the vibe is like come on
Oh.
it's like my host like to say this word to me when I like walk slowly the vibe the vibe Junei the vibe
Like keep up. Yeah.
yep and sometimes that I was you know Lila the vibe
Divide.
I like
Ooh.
because you can put like the mood when people say this word it's so different for each person.
Yeah. มีลูกเอื้อนลูกคอนะ
Divide.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy practicing saying this word a lot.
Have you been to Russia?
No, I
You
have
can
never.
try. You can try.
Divide.
Yeah.
Right?
If you wait someone for so long, you're like divide.
Divide. Oh, it has like the hand to go together too.
It's my version. You can improvise your version.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We have learned a lot from Junei today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, please come back to comedy anytime.
Thank you so much.
Love Stuck รักวนลูปนะครับที่ Prime Video just go watch it now
Go watch it now.